Alright, the adventure stage is realistically the more difficult of the two stages. It has the most things to it. Once you get to the conflict stage, when all of the centerpieces in the neutral zone are filled by either player, just as long as they're all filled up, battle commences. That player, the person to play the last card in the neutral zone, gets to finish up their turn, and then it comes to combat. So, whoever played the last location card gets to pick what monster they want to throw out first. Seems like it's advantageous. It's not. Your opponent can then play a monster that has a power bonus against it, or just something that counters it in general. So it allows them to be offensively reactive, essentially. From here, it's fairly standard. The combat is going to be one-on-one. My monster versus your monster. Whoever's power is greater wins. However, there's a lot of effects and everything that can really change the flow of this battle. And once we get here, there's a resource that appears. So all the location cards that you've played throughout the game go into what's called the journey pile, which would just be like all of the locations that you've played just get thrown into a little pile. And that can be anywhere from potentially up to 15 if you filled out everything, or as little as 10 or 6, or if your opponent's sent a bunch of locations back to your hand, it could be nothing. But so this is another resource that gets used during the conflict stage, and it really allows for a lot and gives players an incentive to have a lot of adventure location cards played. So as I said, from here it's just one-on-one. Somehow this individual got my Mercusomer and 550 to my 500 type advantage. I'm gonna win. Blam, your monster's gone. When all of your monsters are gone, well, you lose. And it's that simple. So this stage is quite simply everything that I have accrued during the adventure stage brought to fruition during the conflict stage. A lot of monsters shine during the adventure phase due to on-play effects, where literally just when you play them in the wild zone, it'll have some effect, like draw 2 cards or do any number of different abilities. Some of them have capture effects to where they don't trigger until you capture them here and they go to your team. Then you get some kind of effect. There are, as I said, journey effects, which will have some kind of number associated with them, journey 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. And it costs that many cards from your journey stack to be able to activate those abilities. And that, realistically, is the rundown of the game. It's that simple. If you need location cards, and there are 5 basic types. As long as you have any monster that matches up to that particular location, that habitat, you can play that monster. It doesn't matter its power or anything. If you have where it is, you can see it in the wild. But it only goes to the wild. You don't just get to own it. So you have to be able to beat it. However, with the addition of the egg cards that I have made today, that does change some things, but it's worth another video. But that's really the basics of the game. It's not too complicated once you really get down to it. And any questions that you have, I am excited to answer. I hope you enjoyed How to Play videos 1 and 2. Thank you.